Hey everyone! Alright, so I want to make a quick video where we are going to do one of the cats. Now, your instructors will have a more detailed look at the different tools that are being used and how to set up your pages and set up the template layer in their live session. Instead, this is a quick and easy video looking at the specific shapes that it's going to take to make the cat. So this image right here is cat number 1 that I've downloaded from the assignment. And I want you to think about this as pieces of cut up cardboard. So we're going to layer each of those pieces in the order that we would place them down on a table. What that means is we're going to start with this part of the ear right here. Moving on to this part of the ear, then this part of the face, this part of the face, working our way all the way up to the tongue, which we will do last. So I'm going to zoom in and work on this ear. When I look at the ear right off the bat, I can tell that I need to make a triangle with a rounded corner shape. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over and I'm going to click and go to the polygon tool. And I need to just click on the screen and make sure I have the number of sides set as 3 so I can get a triangle. Now personally, I like to make sure that I turn off the fill color so I can see what's going on behind me because I'm going to build this on top of the original cat image. So I want to go over to my colors panel. You'll notice I'm working in Essentials Classic mode. And I'm just going to click and change that to the white with the red slash. That basically means none. And for my border color, I'm going to do something really obnoxious, like hot pink. Now right here, inside of the triangle, you can see a dot. And I want you to click and drag down with that dot. That's what's going to start to round out those corners. And if you go to the edge of the bounding box, which is the blue border here, you'll notice that it goes from being the arrow, the black arrow tool, to 2 arrows that show that you can expand the box. And once I get right outside of the box, it shows me a curved arrow, which means I can start to rotate this and bring it down and then drag it down just a little bit. And I'm just going to start to adjust this until it's about the right size that I need it to be. You do not need to be perfect with this project. This is just a project to get used to using the different shapes. Next, again, I'm going to go over to my polygon tool, click again, I'm going to make another triangle, and again I'm going to bring it over with my black arrow tool where I need it to be and start to rotate it first just to get it where I need it, right there, and kind of bring that down and close it up a little bit. So once I've made one ear, I can actually make a copy of that ear. What I want you to do is with your black arrow tool, you're going to select outside of the 2 triangles and click and drag until you have them both selected, and then go up to Object, Transform, and Reflect. And you're going to want to reflect it vertical 90 degrees. You can press the preview button to see what that'll look like. And I want you to click on the copy button. And then immediately go up to Object and group it and drag it over with your black arrow key. And we're just going to need to adjust the angle just a little bit on this. So again, you can use, with the black arrow key, go right outside that bounding box and drag the second one where you need it. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. That is close enough. Great. So we've got our ears. Let's work on the face next. So I like to turn on rulers whenever I'm trying to do things with circles. So let's go to View, Rulers, Show Rulers, And I'm going to click and drag a ruler down, click and drag a ruler over, and I'm just going to put a ruler on all four sides of his face. And I'm going to go to my ellipses tool and drag a circle and one part of the face. And you might want to click on it with your white arrow tool. Notice how I clicked right here. And then I want you to grab this anchor and move it up just a smidge, which will expand the face right in this section right there. Perfect. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our ruler down again to the other circle we need to make. All four sides. And I'm going to go back over to my circle tool, and I'm going to start right at this intersection right here. And if it's a little bit confusing, what you can do is go to View, Rulers, or actually View, Guides, and unlock them. And you can delete out the original guides right there and right there. So again, with my circle tool, starting at that corner. And the reason why I use the guides is it just gives me, put my border back on. It just gives me, a visual of where to start drawing that circle. So again, I'm going to click in this quadrant right here, and I'm going to actually go to View, Guides, and hide them for a moment so I can see what I'm doing. And I, again, with my white arrow, clicked right in this quadrant, and I'm just going to drag this guide up right here. And then I'm going to click right here and drag this guide out right there. Perfect. And next, we can use our circle to make the cheeks, because we're already on the circle tool. We've already got that circle in there. So just draw a circle. And again, go to black arrow tool. We're going to just kind of rotate the circle. And then once you have it rotated in the correct direction, go up to Object, Transform, Reflect. And again, we're going to make a copy. And grab the new one and bring it over to be the other cheek. All right, let's make his nose next. So the nose is actually a rounded rectangle just upside down. So let's go in to the polygon tool, not rectangle, I'm sorry, a rounded triangle. Click, 3 points or 3 sides, and I'm going to go over here to the transform properties and put in 180 degrees just to get it to be upside down. And drag it over and make it roughly the size I need it to be. Zoom in a little. And start to close it up. Perfect. Nice little nose right there. Next, let's make the eyes. So for the eyes, what we're going to use is the curvature tool. It looks like the pen tool, but it's the one to the right of the pen tool. And it's a little bit weird at first, the first time you use it. I want you to click, and it's going to draw a line right there. And then I want you to click in the middle and drag up. And then you need to go over to the black arrow tool, because if you click off with the curvature tool still selected, it's just going to put these points all over the place. So we'll do it again right here. Click, click, click in the middle and drag up. And then go to the black arrow tool. And we can select both of these, holding down Shift to select them both with the black arrow tool. And I want you to go to these 3 lines. Those are your strokes. And we're going to change it for the cap to be rounded and change the stroke to about 5 points. All right, next, we're going to actually use the curvature tool to make our mouth. So we're going to click, click. Oh, bring down that from 5 points. There we go. Click in the middle right here and close the path back up. And then we're going to click down and drag to right here. Click over and drag that down. And click over and drag that down. And we're going to go to the white arrow tool. And again, we're going to click off, click in, and drag these points in. Click off, click in, drag these ones in. You can even start to fix some of these if you want, if you kind of are getting the hang of it. So the little handles change the path. Perfect. Next one I want you to do with the curvature tool. And this is going to seem a little bit weird, but we're going to click outside of the mouth right here, and outside of the mouth right here, and click in the middle. We're going to make that tongue. And then this is where our pathfinder is going to start to come in. So I want you to select this, hold down Shift, and select the mouth that you just drew. And we're going to go up and we are going to click on the pathfinder option, which is this one right down here to the left. If you don't have the pathfinder tool open or any of these toolbars open, go up to Window and you can open it right within the window. Click right there. Now what this has done is this, and you'll have to go to the white arrow tool, has separated these into 2 different sections. See, we've got the bottom section and the top section, so we can color them separately. Now last thing that we have to make is our teeth. So again, we're going to go over to the, and I do apologize, my phone on here is ringing. Send that to voicemail. We're going to make 2 more triangles. So again, make them 180 degrees. Bring it over, zoom in a little, start to rotate it, and pull in the sides, and bring it over. And make sure that you have it placed within the mouth. And then we're going to go up to Object, Transform, Reflect, and again we're going to copy it. So we have that other tooth right here. Now all you have left to do is color him in. So you can color him any color that you want if you want to follow the colors that the original image is. What I want you to do is double click on your template layer and unclick dim images to 50% and hit OK. Because then all we need to do is use our eyedropper tool and eyedrop in those colors. And this is where layering is going to come in. So click on the inside of the ear first, go to your eyedropper tool, and click on the color. Do the second ear over here, eyedropper tool, click on the color. Whoops, ungroup it. Hold on. Forgot I had that grouped. It'll color them both if they are grouped. Click on the outside ear, eyedropper, click on the color. And you'll notice that it's removing my border color when I do it this way. And we're just going to go around the cat and color him in. Whoops, I'm going to do that one last so that way I can see all the other colors. So let's work our way to the front. And for this one, I'm going to eyedrop that, and then I'm going to have to turn it back and fix it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and the rounded corners. Do the teeth. And remember, you need to select the mouth with the white arrow tool. For the top of the mouth, and select the bottom of the mouth separately with the white arrow. And to select, you need to select the actual border, because there's nothing on the inside. So if you're just clicking on the inside, there's actually nothing there. It's blank. And then I'm just going to flip that back in. And there it is, your cat.